she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated. But she's got me captivated, so the game I'm gonna play it, yeah.
Alright everybody, the day you have been waiting for is finally here. Supermoto wheels for the KLX351. Let's go ahead and get them on the bike and we'll get to ripping on this thing. It's probably going to be pretty rowdy. Front wheel off. Now time to swap in some nice EBC brake pads that we got on here. Front wheel on. Now time for the rear wheel. And just like that, KLX351 is now a Supermoto. And now I give you KLX350, the Supermoto Kawasaki should have made. Enough torque and power, pass people in the city, have fun, get the rear end to step out, get going into the corners at a faster pace than you probably should be going, upright ergonomics, all the suspension travel, a bike that really is ready for action. Supermoto. Man, this thing hooks, grabs, goes, all the fun stuff. Alright guys, a bunch of people have been asking for it for a long time, and we are finally here. We got some Supermoto wheels on the KLX. So as you guys can see, when we installed these bad boys, we got some KLX350SM wheels on here. Got some Continental rubbers on there, and then EBC brake pads to go with the upgraded rotors. We don't have a speedo healer yet, so we're reading high about, I think, 30-ish percent, 35% maybe. When we're going 100 miles an hour indicated, we're going somewhere around 75, I think. So the correction factor for that is dividing by 1.35 for you math gurus out there. But anyways, KLX350SM wheels. It's kind of funny riding from first person here because for all you guys know, I could be on an 1821 setup and you would not know. But I can assure you, we have Supermoto wheels on there, and you guys will be able to see that once we get to the Twisties here, because we're trying to hit them before it gets dark, so that way we can get some action in there for you guys. But you guys saw some of that in the intro. Initially, when I got the Supermoto wheels, I thought, hey, this would just be a cool video, big reveal, but with the release of the KLX300SM, I figured I'd make it a Kawasaki walk-around release video like they did with the 300SM, but instead, this is the bike that Kawasaki should have made, the KLX350SM. If you guys are new to the channel, This is one of my bigger projects on the channel here. We have a KLX350 2018 with an assortment of mods. You guys can go ahead and check out some of those videos on the channel. But as you guys can see, it gets up and goes quite a lot quicker than a stock 250. So I guess real quick, if you are new, basically ported head, bored throttle body, 351 big bore, of course full exhaust, custom dyno tune. That's about the wraps on the performance. But like I said, to get more in depth, go ahead and check out some other videos, as well as some of the other projects I got going, like my KX450X, my Corvette, and a couple other things. Please turn right, Audi. You're not going to turn right, are you? I can tell if I need to get in front of this Range Rover here, she's not going to let me. I caught that eye from her. She said, you ain't getting in front of me. And nobody's getting in front of this Audi. So, I've ridden with the Supermoto wheels a little bit to get some of those clips for the intro. I'm still getting used to them, but I can tell you, every time I ride it, I can see the fun in having the wheels on the street. I really didn't believe in them that much when you guys were telling me to get them, because with my knobbies, you know, I can't lean as far over, I can't gun it out of corners as early, but it still gets up and goes once you're out of the corners. As you guys can see there, but you can really just throw this thing in the corners about as hard as you want, and it sticks. That's the difference. They're flickable. Now, like I said, I'm new to these. I'm trying to lean them over as much as I can for you guys. But I also have this trail cage on my bike, which I think I'm going to get rid of, because at first I wanted it just to protect the bike. You know, it was a new bike, it wasn't scratched up too much, but you're going to drop your bike. It's going to happen. And I want to switch it over to something a little bit more discreet, like some frame sliders that'll still protect the engine for the most part. But I don't want this big cage on here, because it kind of gets in the way on the trails a little bit. If you guys remember, when I was riding the KLX on the trails with it, I hit a log, and I'm pretty sure that's what cracked it. Because yes, it is cracked here on the left side. That's why it's a bit crooked, and it rattles. It's a good thing my friend with the KLX is a welder, because he could probably fix that for me pretty easily. But back to the Supermoto wheels. Like I said, you just flick it into corners, it holds. You don't have to worry about aggressively turning the handlebars or counter steering too hard. You have that confidence that the front end's not going to wash out. But as you guys can see, going into the circle here, that gets fun, let me tell you. So as I was saying, I can see the definite advantage here with having the Supermotos on the street. They're probably the ultimate hooligan setup. The only thing that I want to change is I'd want something that can handle the gravel a little bit better, because these street tires do not handle them very well. The front end likes to wash out too much, and even if I'm not going to the trails every day, most of the time when I ride the KLX, these spirited gravel sessions. careful out here at night especially. I like to have a little bit of room on the edge, so that way if I need to make an evasive maneuver, I can do so. But man, these Supermoto wheels on the KLX here, they're a hoot. Especially with all the mods here. Like I said, you can just throw it into a corner hard. Switchbacks, all that stuff. You don't have to worry about it giving out too much on you. Everything traction related, except for the off-road stuff, is greatly improved. Back home here after the ride. I can say that I definitely underestimated the Supermoto setup. I didn't think that it would offer that much fun, I guess, in general. I thought, you know, extra lean angle, sure, that's cool, be able to get on the gas earlier, but just being able to throw it into a corner and have that confidence that it sticks, you feel it, you know. Of course, the tires are smoother than my knobby setup right here. As you guys can see, we got my knobby setup. If you just throw it onto the sidewall of this tire, feel the knobbies, the bike's vibrating, you can kind of feel yourself getting close to that limit. But with the tires, the Supermoto wheels here, they're really just a lot of fun to just throw in the corner. Like I said, the only thing that I really want to change is probably different tires to be able to handle some light dirt stuff, because Supermoto races, they're actually jumping these things and they have a dirt section of the course. Well, some of them do. Supermoto's like sport bike on the street, but on the dirt, it still has some of that capability. Because if not, why have the long travel suspension? Why have the upright ergonomics? All that stuff. Because at that point, it's just sport bike racing. So be sure to leave a comment down below as to what you want to see with the Supermoto setup here on the KLX. I have some ideas. Of course, I'd like to take it back to the Twisties in the daylight. And as I get used to them more, probably take this cage off so that way I can really have some confidence to lean the bike over. I think that is going to do it for today's video. KLX351 Supermoto, the bike Kawasaki should have made. Hopefully they'll make in the future. Give us some more power out of the box. So if you enjoyed, be sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also share it to your friends and those who may enjoy it. And of course, if you're not subscribed, go down there, hit that subscribe button, get the bell on to keep up with all the action. Of course, we have the KLX, and we should be getting that on the trail here soon. I'm gonna swap the knobbies back over, get the KX out on its first trail ride. That's gonna be fun. I've been waiting so long to get this thing on the trails. We also have a few different other videos too coming, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But with all that being said, join the club, and I'll see you in the next one.